Hello there and welcome to Vocab Voyage for May. In April we talked about how everybody in Japan is getting old. That's half the problem. The other half of the problem is very few people are having children. So that is contributing low birth rate, lots of old people. It's where the problems start. Members, you're getting this on YouTube. You've got the word list sent to you, and you can talk to me anytime during the month about any questions you may have. Remember, 30 words, definition for each word. I'll explain it. I'll give you an example sentence. Too easy. Let's go. The first word is muzak. Some companies have awful muzak on their answering machines or when they put you on hold. Muzak is the music in department stores or on telephones just to fill the silence. Very often it's awful. Shove. When my brother used to annoy me, I used to shove him down onto the ground. To shove is to push, roughly push. In soccer sometimes the players give a bit of a shove. Claw. As the crow flew down at my head, it hit me with its claw. A claw is the thing on the end of the bird's feet, the sharp hooked things. Some animals have claws as well. If a dog scratches you with its claws, then you big scratch. Claw. Lack. Until I discovered them at Costco, there was a lack of meat pies in Japan. A lack means not enough of. There's a lack of children. So a lack means not enough of. Choice. A woman has to make a choice between having a baby and being a successful businesswoman, which is why one of the problems, one of the reasons for the low birth rate. A choice is you have to decide A or B. A is a choice, B is a choice. You decide which choice you want to make. Prophetic. Prophetic. Tough word. The low birth rate in Japan is prophetic of problems in the future. Prophetic means a prophecy is reading the future. Prophetic means being able to judge the future well, being able to tell what's going to happen. Birth rate. The birth rate of Japan is amongst the lowest in the world. Birth rate equals number of adults having babies versus divided by number of adults in total. How fast people are having babies, that's the birth rate. And Japan's is too low. Think, the population is falling. So if you have a man and a woman, to stop the population falling, they need to have 2 babies. And that only to stop it from falling. If you want the population to grow, you need to have 3 babies. How many people you know with 3 babies? If you have 2 babies, you're replacing yourselves. So you have to have 3 to get the population up. Big problem. Latch. As I was walking down the street, the little boy latched himself to my leg. To latch something, actually that sentence isn't so good. The fire extinguisher was latched to the wall of the house. To latch is to attach something through a metal, something which holds something to the wall. Or something, or anything. Stroller. I'm not so fond of these huge baby strollers that people have in cramped department stores. A stroller is a pushchair, and they seem to get bigger by the year. They're insanely big now. Miracle. The families of MH370 are hoping for a miracle and that the plane will be found. A miracle is something amazing, something which happens which can't be believed, something incredibly lucky. And as days go by, it's looking like more of a miracle will be needed to find MH370. Shatter. I was carrying my beer glass from the bar to the table and I tripped and dropped it and it shattered on the floor. To shatter is to break up very quickly and into lots of pieces. Glass shatters, mirrors shatters. Streak. The little baby threw up and with his hand he rubbed streaks of it across the ground. Streaks is to make lines of colors of something. A rainbow is kind of like a streak across the sky. Not really. But if you paint something, you've painted streaks. Fertility. A lot of women have problems with fertility in this day and age. Fertility is the ability of a woman to have babies. Some women, their bodies won't let them have babies. It's very sad. Men may also have problems with fertility. Their swimmers aren't swimming, something like that, yeah? So fertility is the ability to have children. Angle. Shinzo Abe is approaching Japan's economic problems from an aggressive angle. An angle is a way you approach a problem. So you have a problem, you can approach it from here, you can approach it from here, you can approach it from here. Different angles of dealing with something, different ways of doing something, different ways of looking at something. Angel. My little nephew Nicholas is an angel. And angels are lovely, a lovely baby, young child. Beautiful, well-behaved, lovely young baby or child. Everyone thinks their baby's an angel. Most of them are right. Examine. The police arrived on the scene of the murder and examined it for clues. To examine is to look at something very carefully, look at something deeply, look. Okay, to examine. Workaholic. Workaholic husbands spend all day at the office and less time at home with the family. Workaholic is someone who works all the time. I know, and you know, Japan is famous for workaholics. They work all the time, all the time. They leave home at 7, they come home at midnight, 5 nights a week. Workaholics. A holic, alcoholic, someone who is addicted to alcohol. Workaholic, someone who's addicted to work, works far too much. Endeavor. When I started Vocab Voyage, I decided I would endeavor to teach you English. To endeavor is to try, yattemiyo, to really try to do something. The Endeavour was also the ship that Captain Cook discovered New Zealand on, but that's another story. Endeavour is to try really hard. Gratitude. My mother always said to me, all I want is a little gratitude. Gratitude's a noun, it means means the state of being thankful. Oh, thanks, Mum. I'm showing gratitude. To show gratitude is to show that you're thankful for something. Chilling. The population forecasts for Japan are rather chilling. Chilling means scary. It means it really makes you uneasy, uncomfortable. The population forecasts for Japan aren't good. They're chilling. The population's going right down, and it's going to cause a whole upheaval in the society. Scenario. One scenario that is being talked about is boosting immigration in Japan, but it's just being talked about. A scenario is a possible situation. You've got a number of scenarios. You've got inviting more immigrants. You've got to boost the birth rate, to boost the population. Inviting more immigrants, making it easier for women to have children and return to the workplace. Number of scenarios. Pensioner. Now, a pension is not a nice place where you go for a holiday. That's Japanese English. A pension, the pension, is nenkin. It's the money you get from the government after you retire. A pensioner is someone who has retired and who is getting money from the government. Pensioner. A pensioner must be careful with his money, or else he will run out because he doesn't have very much. Example sentence. Modest. The fee for 1 month of vocab voyage is very modest. Modest means not so high, it means very, very small. If you're wearing if you are modest, you don't think you are big. If you are modest, you're not proud. So modest means not big, it means smaller. A modest price is cheap. Unfeasible. It is rapidly becoming unfeasible for Japan to return to surplus like Shinzo Abe wants. Feasible means it can be done. But it's too much. Is it worth it? Different example sentence. Here we go. If they wanted, they could build a bridge from Hokkaido to Honshu, but it's not feasible. Could be done, but it's too much work. It's the cost and the benefits, they don't add up. It's not feasible. Fashion conscious. I am very fashion conscious with my Waikato Chiefs jersey on. Yeah. Fashion conscious. If you are fashion conscious, you like going shopping, looking for nice clothes, you're reading magazines. Japan is very fashion conscious. Me, man, I'm dressed in Uniqlo. Apart from my shirt, I'm dressed in Uniqlo head to toe, so I'm not so fashion conscious. Pierced. When I was a teenager, I always wanted to get my ear pierced, but my mother said no. Pierced. Pierced means you can have your ear pierced, your nose pierced, your lip pierced, your belly button pierced, and that's all I'm saying. You can have other things pierced, but here's not the time or place. Pierced means to put a hole in your skin for a ring. Task. My task right now is to run through this vocab list for the Japan Needs More Children article. A task is something you have to do. If your mum gives you jobs, you have tasks to do. You have tasks to do at the office. Something you have to do. Dynamic. I find that Japanese pop singers are very dynamic. Dynamic means lots of energy, lots of wow, lots of moving, running, very dynamic. Last word, exuberance. Exuberance means the man approached his new job with a lot of exuberance. Exuberance is energy, it's grrr, it's happiness, it's woo, it's I'm gonna do it, yeah? It's big ups. Okay, that is the Japan Needs More Children word list. Thank you. Enjoy.